My friends, a front is not a back, and a man is not a woman. If you have a disease, go to the doctor. If it is a mental ailment, go to the psychiatrist. Don't claim that it is your right to contaminate all or to force all to contaminate. Anything that attacks the natural law is a fault, for it is unnatural. Sickness and insanity are false. Natural traits are divine and compatible. Truth has no regard for sentiments, neither is it questionable. And I am not going to quote any Bible scriptures today, but for most people, especially in the black community, we all know what the Bible says, but we also know what our conscience says. I speak with malice to no one, but is truth automatically malice these days? Is the truth automatically the malice? No matter what, as soon as you speak the truth, it is malice. And why would it be so? It is all self evident. But if they will choose to lie and accuse me of anything not in this speech, whose fault is it but theirs? Freedom of speech must not be given only to the homosexual community. Freedom of speech, especially to tell the truth without malice or prejudice, must be given to all, and God and history records all judgment. It would be wrong for someone, for example, to take sides by gagging one person while the other is allowed to speak freely. The black race has sunken low, and it is time for the house cleaning so that atonements will take place. We know some of the sorceries that are being used against us, and if we will not speak, we will not allow for the winds to come in. And the winds have been working for a while. The foundation of this entire race, in every aspect of life, including dancehall, reggae, and hip hop, are being commandeered by gay gatekeepers that show the masses no respect. Not even in the churches do they show the masses respect. Ask TDJ. People are being badly treated for no reason but being straight. This is a horrible spate of heterophobia. You see what happens in the churches? The Hopewell High School in Hanover comes to mind, and I'm talking about in Jamaica. Even students get essayed, and the authorities play blind. You see how Jay-Z and P. Diddy want to play Rapapam Pam and the No Straights Allowed, etc. That's rapping, Rapapam Pam nowadays. You see how they want to force straight men to accept that a man becomes a woman if he says so, and now she has a right to trick and gay essay heterosexuals. This is a time when sexual assault, even from a most abominable perspective, are being made into unholy laws to deliberately hurt the heterosexual communities, where the males are being thus sillified by all manner of evil sorceries. Many are now afraid to speak, but that will not be for long. The end of this demonic plot is near. Naturally, all things natural are what they are. Truth is truth, and a lie is a lie. They will soon respect the facts that are unquestionable and stop fighting with God. At this point in the ages where there is the changing of the guards, you must come forward and speak what is right to those that unfairly treat you. My people, by you seeing this title, do not believe that I come giving a hoot about someone else's sexual preferences. It is not what this video is about. It is not about how they make their choices. It is about how they wrongfully interfere with you. It is about how they wrongfully and unfairly interfere with you. I have no time or interest to care about what they will do with themselves. My time and interest is in defending my own truth and the truth of others like myself. We must now declare that all adverse interferences should go away. All decisions must be made with respect to natural laws. Therefore, the coconut tree cannot compromise the water for its coconuts for a wooden pole which men planted in the desert that bears nothing at all, but it wants to become the natural law because of superficial reasons, and they want to share the little bit of water to water a fruitless thing. Am I saying that a man has no right to plant a fruitless pole in the desert? No, he has free will. I am simply saying that they have no right to challenge God and interfere with God given nature, marginalizing the coconut tree for a useless pole. You can always do a superficial thing, like saying you choose to have a different sexual orientation from what you are. That is all in your mind. No one can tell you what to think. However, naturally, it will not change the fact that you have a hood unless it was ripped out and replaced by something else. Still, in my wisdom, I know that naturally it changes nothing. I believe that it is naturally delusional, but you can't tell me what to think either. Neither can you say that the nature of the issue is not obviously in favor of my perspective. A hood is a hood and a man has a hood. If you have a hood, you are a man. If you rip off your hood, you are a man disguising as something else. Everything between that is superficial hula baloo that you have no right forcing me to accept. But is the fact that your conception is wrong good reason to interfere with you? I don't think so. It is not my interest. You stop wanting to interfere with everything and to force others to be like you or to accept you. That is it. Stop wanting to interfere with everything and to force others to be like you or to accept you. Accept yourself. You argue and make contentions over things that should not even be a part of any equation. You conjure all sorts of abominations to make contentions with. You don't need to define sex to us. You don't need to define sex to us. It's not something that modern men invented. It has been going on for ages and ages. And if you read the Bible about Adam and Eve, you can see in the beginning that it was created. We know where is in front and we know where is in the back. Truth that is natural just doesn't change. We know man and we know woman. Does that mean we should interfere with men bent on not being straight? Or those that put their sexual organs inside the rear parts of other men? Should we interfere with those that put their hoods inside the rear parts of other men as if that man was a woman and the front was in the back? Or as if they cannot see a simple thing? Absolutely not. We don't care what they do. We only care when they believe that now it should interfere with what God gave us as natural from the beginning. We only care when they believe that now it should interfere with what God gave us as natural from the beginning. We are not departing from God. We care that they want to force us to accept that there is a debate where none is possible. There is no question, there is nothing to debate. Where there are clear and natural denotations of wrong or right, bent or straight, it is no debate. It simply means that one is doing wrong, but the other is doing right. One is bent out of shape and the other is straight. This is why they call us straight. This is why they call us straight. We see them rip and sew and rip and sew, trying to change the appearance of their every part, but we never interfered. Why must we now be interfered with and labeled with a byword for doing nothing but being straight, as they admit from the horse's mouth? Why do they interfere with us? And they pay the most abominable stars of the black race enough to destroy their own race, to draw them into the farm, or to this farm of destruction. That's what they do. They pay the abominable stars of the black race enough to destroy their own race and to draw them into this horrible form of destruction. But these demons do it with zealous effect, though. Ask Drake and Diddy. And believe that the destruction of their entire race will be to their benefits too. Yeah, they believe that the destruction of their entire race will be to their benefit. Sickness is sickness and must be seen as such, especially if they are obvious. We live in nature, so we can see what is flawed. Every anomaly must be seen for what it is. Epidemics are never allowed to become pandemics. Abnormalities must not compete to be the norm. We agree that sickness is unfortunate and it is wrong to discriminate against those who fall ill. Just because someone has AIDS does not mean you should lambast and ill-treat him. However, just because someone has AIDS does not mean you must treat them the same way sexually as you would treat someone who does not have the disease. You will get ill. Being fair to a sick person does not mean embracing the illness and then all becoming ill to accommodate their human rights. If a man goes insane, we do not give him his right by agreeing with every insane thing he says and does, especially when the wrong and right of the situation is as clear as night and day. Plus, he is the very one who calls you straight, but then, in a hypocritical way, he turns and labels your natural trait as one labels a disease. He is the diseased one then, not you. But he claims that you have a mental problem or a disease. The word homophobia is no way better than the N-word. The word homophobia is just as bad as the N-word. Proof of that hypocrisy is that there is no such thing as heterophobia yet. You have never heard them use the word heterophobia, but yet you see it all on YouTube. The fear of Tyler Perry, the fear of P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and T.D. Jakes, put inside of all those that went straight to them to become rappers, actors, or followers. They cannot come back out straight though, for these heterophobic people fear them being straight. So all these men, in order to rap, must let these heterophobic men play rap-a-pam-pam on their rear ends before they can rap. Rap-a-pam-pam is the sound of a rapper learning to rap. They go in roaring like lions and come out talking like little B-words, but mostly shutting up and behaving themselves. For these men will not allow them to be men. They put their sexual organs in their rear ends, as if the man was a woman and the front was in the back. Then they say that it's a debate on who is right or deserves the privilege. They use the unnatural template to guide a natural law. They corrupt even their own children in order to create a legacy for their children. Twisted fools. The black race is 10 or 20 times worse in all of this, and atonement will now be made whether they like it or not. In answer to rumors about a preacher gone gay, you see a video with him claiming to be all swallowed up, like a woman telling a man that she swallows. Swallows what? Or swallowed what? This is very disgusting, and the most disgusting gatekeepers are in the black race. So now, here we go again. The church has its rules, so why go to abominate it? Why can't you build your own church? Why do you will to interfere? You will make atonement now, whether you like it or not. I am not here to pass judgment on anyone's sexual orientation. You have your free choice and it should not interfere with others. Neither must you be intending or setting up jinns to destroy the righteous. I am here to speak for those that intend to be straight and do right, whom those demons have stayed behind the shadows to wrongfully abuse. Clean house I said, clean house. You have crossed too many lines. Those that chose to sell the souls of their own people have become irredeemable. The universe says that this is not even the boiling point. The entire race, I mean the black race, will get nowhere without an atonement. They will get nowhere without an atonement. Can you not see these demons among you and the monsters that are behind them? Those alien monsters, desist. You have all done too much. To everyone that chose to do right, your show is over. Your script has been rejected. If one chooses wrong, he has his choice. But he has no right to interfere with those that stand straight. The demons that create the gate, with all these gatekeepers for the black race, will now begin to pay their penalties, for they did too much. They have done too much. Let those who are ill go to the doctor. No more will there be any call condemning all that same disease. No more will there be any call condemning all to that same disease. Peace out.